Yes, you are welcome back. Remember the other time when I was at earlier stage when I was explaining distinctive feature where I mentioned phonetic specifiability. I talk about acceptability. The language must be generally acceptable and a complete language for that matter. And the third one, whether that feature present or not present. I will use the last one, whether the feature present or not present, to explain this under consonantal. Do you understand that? For consonantal, like I said in my previous lecture, I said all the consonant sounds are not consonantal. Remember I said that all the consonant sounds are not consonantal, but they are consonant sounds, because we still have part of them that are not purely consonantal, where we have semi-vowel. You remember I told you about W and in W in wa, wa, wa. I said wa, we conceive the idea of wa in W, and that of the nya, nya, as in yes, as in yesterday. So those two sounds, they are semi-vowel, and once they are semi-vowel, they are part of vowel, so they cannot be categorized as consonantal. I want you to understand that very well. But they are consonant sounds, but they are not consonantal. So where I'm driving to is that whether the feature present or not present as regards consonantal is that we may have plus consonantal and minus consonantal. Those sounds where we can see the feature of being consonantal are called consonantal. For instance, I said we define being a sound being consonantal whereby there is a rapid, where there is a narrow escape of air or total blockage of air, which we can find those two features in fricative, affricative, and even plosive. If that should be the case, we can say all our plosive sounds, all our fricative sounds, all our affricative sounds, they are consonantal, except those that we have categorized as semi-vowel. Those that we have categorized as semi-vowel, they will be minus consonantal. That is, they are not consonantal. You remember, we have nya, we have wa, then we have the hair that is glottalic sound is also not totally consonantal, but it is the three of them are consonant sound. I want you to get it right. The wa, the nya, and her, they are three in number. They are consonant sound, but they are not consonantal. They are minus consonantal. They are not plus consonantal. So all our vowels, remember that we have described vowel to be syllabic and sonorant. All our vowels that are syllabic and also sonorant, they are also minus consonantal, because they do not involve in the total blockage of air nor narrow escape of air. They only involve in the free flow of air, and we take their family from semi-vowel, we add them up to them, and they become minus consonantal. That is the end of major class feature. Let me quickly go to the cavity feature. You remember I told you about the cavity feature. I said cavity, anything that occurs in this buccal cavity, the pharyngeal cavity, and the nasal cavity. Under the cavity, that includes the corona or non-corona. it involves the anterior or posterior. What we mean by anterior, in front of the mouth here, along the lips and the ridge, that is the anterior. Anything aside the ridge, we are moving on to other organs of speech. They are non-anterior, they are posterior. Then we have corona and non-corona. When it comes to corona, we are talking about the movement of the lips, when the movement of the tongue, sorry, when you are not talking, the tongue will be at the rest stage like this. But when you begin to articulate, the tongue will be moving like this, just like snake, moving. So that is how the tongue will be moving. So when the tongue raises from its rest position to any part of the oral cavity or the buccal cavity or whatever, we call it corona. So the features, sub-features under cavity features are corona or non-corona, anterior or posterior. Is that okay? So in that wise, I have explained what anterior means. All the sound you can get here, the bilabial sound, the, what do you call that? The dental sound. Then when your tongue touches the ridge, the alveolar sounds, they are all anterior sounds. Then any sounds aside the anterior, after the alveolar ridge, we have palatal alveolar, we have the palatal, we have the velum, velaric sound, we have the uvula, we have the pharyngeal. All those sounds that you can get aside the alveolar ridge, they are called posterior. So that has explained anterior, the difference between anterior and posterior, and I've been able to explain what the corona means. When the tongue raises from its rest position to any part of the oral cavity, like you have it in think, you have it in ta, the tongue is moving, you have it in the tongue is moving. So all these the tongue raises, we call it corona. When the tongue is not raising like that, when you are closing your mouth and you articulate pa, ba, the tongue is at the rest position, it's not moving. You're having your ka, you're having your ga, so you are only using the velum to articulate. All those sounds are non-corona. Yes, another one is anterior. I have explained that, I have explained posterior, and I'm going to the high sound and the low sound. The high sound, you remember the chart I drew and I shown to you. You remember that some sound are the high. Of course, the long E when you articulate it, and the long U when you articulate it. When you articulate ear, which is part of E, you remember I said the ear and E, they are family, so they are called high sound. The ko, the go, they are called high sound. And whereas we have the low sound when we articulate sounds such as he, ho, he. All those sounds are low sound. So we have the back sound, the back ear, but in English language we don't have any back sound because we are not articulating at our pharyngeal ear. It's only in the Arabic language that they make use of back sound, especially when they are calling the adhan, salat, when they want to perform salat and they are calling adhan. Adhan means the prayer, the calling before the salat. So they will say, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. So there will be retraction of tongue. When the tongue retracts to the pharyngeal, that is when we have the back sound, which is never occur in English language. Thank you and God bless you. We proceed.